Hi, in this video training of PHP, we are going to learn about PHP global variables or superglobals. Superglobals were introduced in PHP 4.1.0 and are built in variables that are always available in all scopes. Some predefined variables in PHP are superglobals, which means that they are always accessible regardless of scope and you can access them from any function, class or file without having to do anything special. The PHP superglobal variables are globals, server, request, post, get, files, environment, cookie, and session. Globals is a PHP superglobal variable which is used to access global variables from anywhere in the PHP script, also from within functions or methods. PHP stores all global variables in an array called globals array. The index holds the name of the variable. The code below shows how to use the superglobal variable globals. Let's create an example code for this. Okay, I'm going to create PHP globals.php. Okay, let's have variable x and variable y. Let's create a function called addition and x plus globals y. Let's call this function and echo the value of z. Save this file and let's run it in the browser. Okay, here is the file PHP globals. Okay, we have got 100. You see the value of z variable is now 100 and it was accessible from within the addition function using the globals array, which we use to access the x variable and y variable which were declared outside the addition function. Okay, let's look at the next superglobal variable called server. Server is a PHP superglobal variable which holds information about headers, paths, and script locations. The code below shows how to use some of the elements in server superglobal variable. Let's create a file for this. PHP server dot php. I'm going to call it PHP global server dot php. Echo server php underscore self. Let's concat break tag with it so we have a new line. Next, here we have server underscore name. Then let's print out http host, and then print http referrer, single r here. Then we have http user agent, and then we have script name. Okay, let's save this file and run it in the browser. PHP global server dot php. Okay, the first thing we got is the PHP self. The PHP self returned us the full path of the script and the file name that we ran, PHP. Then we have the server name, which is localhost. Then we have the HTTP host, which is also localhost. And then we have HTTP referer, which is empty because we have no referer for this file. Then we have HTTP user agent. HTTP user agent is Mozilla. The operating system is Linux, and the browser is Chrome. This is the version of the browser. And at the last we have the script name. The script name also returns the full path and the name of the PHP file that we are executing. The next thing is the superglobal request variable. The PHP request is a superglobal variable which is used to collect data after submitting an HTML form. The next code shows a form with an input field and a submit button. When a user submits the data, by clicking on submit, the form data is sent to the file specified in the action attribute of the form tag. In this example, we point to this file itself for processing form data. If you wish to use another PHP file to process form data, replace that with the file name of your choice. Then we can use the superglobal variable request to collect the value of the input field. Okay, let's create a file for this example, php global request.php. We don't need to start the PHP tag yet. Form method equals post action equals PHP echo underscore server PHP self. This form will be submitted to itself, which is the current PHP file. Then we have name, input type equals text, and name of this text field is fname. Then we have the submit button that will submit the form. Then we close the form. Then we have the PHP code. If server request method equals post name equals request fname. If empty, name echo name, name is empty, else echo name. Let's save the file and run it in the browser. PHP global request, let's say TechWeber, submit it. See, we have got TechWeber. If I submit the form with an empty text field, it says name is empty. So our code works well with the request variable. Next is the superglobal post. Post is a PHP superglobal variable which is used to collect form data after submitting an HTML form with method post. Post is also widely used to pass variables. The next code shows a form with an input field and a submit button. This example works similarly as we did with the request object, but this time we will be using the post variable. So instead of request here, I will be going to use posts. So I'm going to save this file first, php global post, and I'm going to replace request with post. That's the only difference between this piece of code and the last piece of code. Now let's run the program PHP global post. Let's submit the empty and let's submit it with a name. See, it behaves in the similar way as the previous program did. Okay, next is the PHP superglobal get. The PHP get is a PHP superglobal variable which is used to collect form data after submitting an HTML form with method get. Get can also collect data sent in the URL. Assume we have an HTML page that contains the hyperlink with parameters which is hitting test_get subject equals PHP web w3 schools and test get. When a user clicks on a link, test get, the parameter subject and web are sent to test get, and you can access their values in test_get.php with get superglobal. Now save this file with php global get.php, and this time we are going to simply use the HTML body, close the body, close the HTML, and within the PHP tag I'm going to say echo study and get subject at web. Save this file and I'm going to run this file here in the browser. PHP global get.php. Let's change this here. You see, we have got study PHP at W3 schools, or we can say TechWeber. So we have study PHP at TechWeber. You see, the get superglobal fetches the parameters from the URL with the key here. Subject is the key and PHP is the value. Web is the key and Weber is the value. The first key, before the first key, you should use the question mark, and after each key value pair, the first key value pair, you should use ampersand. So only the first one have the question mark and all the preceding key value pairs have the ampersand. So you can add as many as you can here, and I can say here age. Save the file. See, I have the age as well. So that's how the superglobal get variable works. I hope that you have understood the concept of superglobals in PHP and how they can be used in different programs. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with a new topic in PHP.